Let's just get you more breaking news coming in at the moment, and it's the Congress councillor that has been booked for deadly clashes in Leh. The police have booked the Congress councillor in order for the violence that erupted in Ladakh, and the government there has blamed climate activist Sonam Wangchuk for provocative speeches that led to this massive violence yesterday that has killed 4 protesters and injured over 90 others. Now, after the violence curfew that was imposed in the area in the Leh district, and the Indo-Tibetan Border Police was deployed for maintaining law and order besides the CRPF and the local police. Now, the administration has also imposed restriction in the Kargil area in the wake of the shutdown call for statehood and constitutional safeguards for the people in Ladakh. So that is now the action that has now been taken after a violence that erupted. Do remember that Sonam Wangchuk has in fact on his side gone on to say what he's saying about the violence is that it was the government that defeated the peaceful protest by forcing the youth to take up the violence. On the other side, the government is blaming the activists and that the situation in Ladakh did not spiral out of control on its own. It was deliberately engineered, and this all happened after the provocative speech that was made by the activists, and that is what the government has got to say. So at the moment, the government is taking action, and the government has booked the Congress councillor for the clashes that took place, in which 4 people have died and over 90 others have been injured. So the Congress councillor has been booked for these clashes that erupted, which has resulted in 4 people dying and over 90 others who have been injured. This really took place, the government there blaming the activists for those clashes, saying that in spite of many leaders urging to call off the hunger strike, he continued with it and misled the people through provocative mentions of Arab Spring-style protests and references to Gen Z protests that took place recently in Nepal. Even though he has called off that hunger strike now, Nazir joining us. Nazir, take us through the action that is being taken and the people that are being held responsible for the violence that erupted just yesterday.
Well, police have booked Congress councillor for violence and this provocative speech in Ladakh. Yesterday, after the violence, death of 4 people, injuries to around 90 people, lot of arson, including burning BJP down BJP office, Ladakh Hill Council Secretariat as well by the mob. BJP showed the picture of the Congress councillor, Phuntsog Stanzin. So showing, and also his picture with the Rahul Gandhi, and in fact trying to link the whole Congress with the part of this violence, instigating violence. Then there was a MHA statement for center squarely blaming activist Sonam Wangchuk for the violence, and it has clearly said it is clear that the mob was incited by Sonam Wangchuk through his provocative statement. Incidentally, amidst these violent developments, he broke his fast and left for his village in ambulance without making a serious effort to control the situation. So Sonam Wangchuk is being blamed, squarely blamed for this violence, for inciting the mob. And when he left, called off his hunger strike, Sonam Wangchuk was there had held a hunger strike, observed hunger strike for 15 days in Ladakh. A large number of people had yesterday joined that hunger strike. And then it is from there, large number of youth, they started violence march in Leh town. Then they targeted BJP office, council office, set on fire police vehicles, and there was a lot of vandalism. And police have now started taking action. Congress councillor has been booked for violence, as MHA Center has already blamed Sonam Wangchuk for the violence, mob violence. We have to see if the case will be filed against him as well, and if any arrest has been made so far. So far, there are no reports of arrest, but it is likely that arrests will be made because Ladakh Lieutenant Governor Kavinder Gupta yesterday vowed to act against all those who are behind the yesterday's violence, in which 4 people have been killed and 90 others have been injured. ITBP has also been deployed in Leh to maintain law and order besides Jammu and Kashmir. But this Ladakh police and the CRPF restrictions have also been imposed in Kargil, where the Kargil Democratic Alliance has called for a ban today in support of statehood and the constitutional safeguards for Ladakh region. I spoke to Sajjad Kargili this morning, and he said they will be ensure that today's shutdown is completely peaceful and no violence will take place in Kargil. But having said that, Ladakh on edge and the cold desert known for peace and calm was shattered by horrific violence yesterday.
Right. Well, of course, the BJP there alleging that the opposition, that is the Congress, was behind those protests in Leh, dismissing claims that the demonstrations were held by Gen Z. In fact, they've gone on to say, it is Samit Patra saying that, upon investigating the matter, it has been discovered that these protests were not led by Gen Z, but by Congress. Let's get you the reactions coming in.
देख रहे होंगे कि लद्दाख में किस प्रकार से जेन जी के नाम से कुछ प्रोटेस्ट दिखाने की कोशिश हुई कि जेन जी ने किया है, मगर जब तफ्तीश हुई, व्हेन इट वाज इन्वेस्टिगेटेड, तो मालूम पड़ा कि जेन जी का नहीं, ये कांग्रेस का ही प्रोटेस्ट था। और आप देख सकते हैं कांग्रेस के काउंसिलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये है कांग्रेस के काउंसिलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग, ये अपर लेह वार्ड से काउंसिलर हैं, ये मेन इंस्टिगेटर हैं और अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ ये किस प्रकार इंस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं। अब आप देख सकते हैं कि वही काउंसिलर स्टानजिंग सेपांग राहुल गांधी जी के साथ है। यह जो तस्वीर है ये राहुल गांधी है, ये स्टानजिंग सेपांग हैं जो अपर ले वार्ड से काउंसिलर है कांग्रेस पार्टी के, जिन्होंने आज प्रदर्शन को भड़काने का काम किया, उसे हिंसक बनाने का काम किया। एक बात आप याद रखिए, कांग्रेस पार्टी हैज नेफेरियस डिजाइन्स। कांग्रेस पार्टी का जो षड्यंत्र है, किस प्रकार से भारत तेरे टुकड़े होंगे इंशा अल्लाह, यही कांग्रेस पार्टी का मुख्य लाइन है।
बीजेपी दफ्तर को आग लगाई गई। आप देखिए काउंसिल को के दफ्तर को, जो वहाँ की हिल काउंसिल है, उसको आग लगाई गई। सीआरपी पुलिस की गाड़ियां और पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी को डैमेज किया। ये सोची समझी साजिश लगती है। और इसमें कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जिस तरह से स्टोन पेल्टिंग को वो किया है और समर्थन, और जिस तरह से बंद काल के लिए वो बोल रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है इसमें कोई आप पॉजिटिव रोल तो प्ले नहीं कर रहे हो। तो यू वांट टू कैश इन ऑन सिचुएशन लाइक दिस, तो इसको सख्ती से निपटना चाहिए। ये गलत बात है। इसको पॉलिटिकल उसके लिए फायदा थोड़ा देखना चाहिए कि मुझे इस सिचुएशन से फायदा उठाना है।